This project is from the William Way LGBT Community Center here in Philadelphia. And what we have here are a number of panels, and these are only a few, we have more in-house, panels from Barbara Gittings' various presentations at the American Library Association and American Psychiatric Association conferences in the early to late 1970s. Barbara Gittings was an early LGBT gay activist. She was very active in the community, but specifically with libraries. So this is all book covers. She has adhered to this, and physicians, because at the time she was getting into the scene, so to speak. Homosexuality was still classified as an illness in the DSM, so she was really campaigning to change that.
They had a clear goal that that's what they were aiming at, and they did it through a two-pronged process where they were going to have both the booths, the exhibition booths, at the conference, and also they were going to have a panel where several people would present.
In this case, at the 1972 conference, they got a gay psychiatrist to talk on a panel, but the only way he would agree to do it was with heavily obscuring costume and a voice changer. Dr. H Anonymous is what he called himself. So this was still a period where yeah, we're here, we're working in this field, it doesn't feel good to myself be classified as sick because of who I love. It
got so much play, so much promotion and everything that within the year, they had changed the definition in the DSM. It was that successful.
Before we start a treatment, we do what's called a condition report. So that's myself or another conservator sitting down, taking the time to step-by-step note all of the conditioned issues with an object, and then write a treatment plan. So that's a step-by-step, here's what we are going to do, here's what we think is necessary. So for these objects in particular, these are a little unusual and difficult to work with because they are on foam core board, which if you've done a craft kind of like this, you probably have encountered foam core board. So unlike other paper that's not rigid, picture a sheet of paper, it bends, it moves, these are standing up straight. So that changes what we can do in terms of treatment. I think if you were going to a conference and you're like, okay, I gotta make a big booth, I'm getting foam core, I'm getting poster board from the dollar store, I'm getting, right? They weren't meant to be pieces of art. So there's the historical factor of these tell us something about the struggle for gay rights, queer liberation, and acceptance. And also, from a material standpoint, they're fairly delicate and susceptible to a variety of problems. This larger piece over here is one of the pieces or components of one of the ALA booths, and it's a number of book covers. You can see it doesn't look great, maybe compared to what I just talked about. It's got all of this discoloration and staining, gross discolored adhesive down here. Around the edges, you can really see whatever glue they used probably started out white and clear, but as it aged, really turned this kind of icky brown. Some less obvious on first glance issues with this is a lot of these pieces are lifting heavily. So this one almost completely comes off. And our goal here is stability more than anything. Stability is something that I think is very important. With this piece down here, I have set all of the letters that are not currently attached to the board off, so you can tell which are not connected, like this A. And you can see very strongly, again, the discoloration from glue underneath. So this is a case where, at this point it can't be displayed safely if they wanted to have an exhibit about these pieces at the community center. And even just for being in a box, one of the letters is fully missing, not just detached. This T in task here is just gone. When they arrived, we contacted John Andrews at William Way and we're like, hey, do you have a random T on a shelf somewhere? No T turned up, so we have plans to make a facsimile of the T with conservation board and various colorants on the top to make it kind of match as closely as we can. So those are some of the treatments that are in store for these pieces. And hopefully that'll make them stable to be enjoyed by future generations.